All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha, real smooth.
Oh, we're cha-cha into a Friday, an actual Friday. And that was requested by a 7th grader. So is it a 7th grade teacher today that we are acknowledging here on announcements? And let's just start out by saying, yes, we did go for 33 minutes yesterday. That was not our intention, but we did. We felt that talking about making an impact is important. And so that was something that we really, so we'll kind of go a little shorter days. We still want to talk a little bit about Dr. Martin Luther King's work. We're going to go from where we ended yesterday to about 1968. And then next week, we know we're going to finish talking about that, and then long-lasting impact. I do want to say that today actually is the actual birth date of Dr. Martin Luther King, January 15th. That's why they made, so when they made the federal holiday, they just said that the Monday around his birth date. So they've it's always around this time, the 18, 19, 15 in there. Yep. And so Monday is Martin Luther King Day. And of course, we will not be here in school, nor will we expect it to be on Zoom. But we are excited about having you come back on the 19th. So those of you who are Red Day students, you are back the next time you see announcements. Red Day is next Tuesday and Wednesday. And we're going to come in, go to period 1. Make sure you clear up what your period 1 is, and then they'll have your schedule for you in there just in case you need it. And then we'll be on that bell schedule next week. And then going on further, we're never going to come in on a Monday, regardless if it's a holiday or if it's a regular Monday. You know, teachers are in training, but this Monday there is no
school
advisory, nothing. Like, it is nothing that day. I mean, it is a holiday, but for school wise, it is nothing. And then you guys are starting on that. You guys are starting on that Tuesday,
the 19th.
So, and then tomorrow's announcement, so we can talk about all that cool stuff, because we're going to have a little longer time and during their lunchtime advisory. So it's going to be exciting, I think. And then we part of announcements are back today too, that I think we're all going to see and be super excited about. So here we go. All right. And today is Friday, January the 15th, 2021. And these are your morning announcements. First off, students, start your day on Canvas. Every day starts on Canvas, and that includes if you're here, you're not here, virtual, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wadnogs days, Thursday, Friday Eves, and Friday. So, so every day is a day you start at Canvas regardless. So msdwt.instructure.com, check your emails. And, I did get a question about this. The student-to-student email functionality of Canvas, it has been turned off. Some of us, not all of us, were using it incorrectly. And again, so that's one of those deals where it had to turn off for everybody. Yep. So it has been turned off for the, you can still message us. Hi. And you can still message your teachers, and but you can't message each other. So that is one thing that has been turned off. I did get a couple questions on that on my Canvas inbox, and so I just want to let you know.
Yeah, they're like, Miss Barber, we can't email our friends. I'm like, oh, dang it.
So, all right, parents, you start your day at westlaneparents.com. We've got calendars and bell schedules, and we've got what to do for technology, and we've got the days planned out for you, and the red versus black and all that good stuff. And then also the ever popular Parent Square. Get on there too, just kind of see any latest messages from MSDWT or from Westlane or from your teachers. And that's on westlaneparents.com and the Parent Square. All right, Mr. Brewer, talk to us about being responsible on Zoom.
All right, Westlane, to show our responsibility on Zoom, first thing we're going to do is try to log in 5 minutes before class starts. So take care of all that stuff and then log in. Make sure your device is charged. Nothing's worse than your computer dying in the middle of class. Use the restroom, eat snacks before class meets. Remember, you usually have that 10 minutes. That's the time to do that. And lastly, speak up when you don't know or you have a question. Make sure you're advocating for yourself and that you are asking questions when you do not understand a concept. And that's how we're
All right.
on Zoom.
All right. Be safe, be responsible, and be respectful on Zoom. Norman for Wesleyan. And wait a minute. We've got room norms for Wesleyan because we're coming back on Tuesday. So I know it's exciting, right?
It is.
So exciting. We are being safe, students. Wear your mask at all times, except in the cafeteria, of course, when you're eating. And that's only when we already in your seat. Wash your hands and use hand sanitizer. Maintain 6 feet of social distancing. Mr. Brewer talked about being responsible.
So to be responsible in the room, bring your device and charger every day. Make sure the device is charged. Ask questions when you do not understand. That one's for both. And lastly, keep everything you need and leave what you don't in your backpack.
And Ms. Barber talked about being respectful.
Happily. So to be respectful in our room norms, we're going to be patient when the teacher is admitting virtual students. You know, it does take a few minutes, so just be patient. Help wipe down your area where you sit at the end of class. Helps make sure that we are clean and keep everyone safe. Give your full attention to the speaker and always use respectful language.
You've heard Zoom norms, you've heard room norms here at Wesleyan. Be safe, be responsible, be respectful. Any technology issues? What do we do first?
Turn it off.
Turn it off, then turn it back on. And then if it doesn't work, then dial 317-254-5566. 8th grade students, don't forget all 8th graders that are coming into the building next week, please bring back any horror or suspense books that you checked out for your unit in your Lang & Lit class. You'll need to give the books to your teachers, and then we will schedule a day for all virtual students to bring in their books as well. We got 4 days worth of birthdays, 4 days. So we got today, this Friday, Michaela Truitt. Happy birthday, Michaela.
Michaela.
You know, we need those little noise makers that unravel. What are those called?
Yeah.
I think.
We need to do that. We need to do that while we're doing this. So I'll have to make sure I'll pick up some this week.
Like the New Year's
weekend.
thing.
Yes, those things. We need that and we need maybe even birthday hats. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday, January the 16th, Micah Akins. I've got a twin alert here. Rocco Akins.
Oh, twins.
I didn't know.
Oh, you know what? Oh, no. Wait, we're double twinning today. So we have Gillette and Yamilet Marcio Perez. We're twinning twins. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know about anybody else. This is the highlight. No offense to anybody else's birthday, but we just twins on the same day, which is, I'd like to see, you know what, I like our math teachers or math students to give us the probability of that.
Yamilet are in the building today.
So here's the deal. If you have only like a 2 or 3, 4 sets of twins in a building, what is the odds that they both have a birthday on the exact same day?
Crazy.
And I believe probably the same year too. So we've got the Akins and it's twin day, everybody. That's Saturday. So make sure you are wishing those folks happy birthday. And then one of the coolest names of all, Xavier Storm. It's his birthday tomorrow as well. That's such a cool name. Yeah. Xavier Storm. So that's just awesome. That's just like, comes off the tongue like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Xavier Storm scored 30 tonight for the Pacers or whomever or whatever, ran for 400 yards against Dallas or something like that. It sounds cool. It's a cool name. And then Sunday the 17th birthday, girl Montasia. It's her birthday. Alberto Nava Palacios.
Happy birthday, Alberto.
And Lazaro Vargas Andrade's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Then on Monday, January the 18th, Emery Bibbs.
Happy birthday, Emery.
Skylar Dillard.
Birthday.
Dion Gilmore.
Dion, it's your birthday.
What's up, Dion? Sanaya Liggins.
Happy birthday, Sanaya.
Vanessa Mazo Kiala.
Happy birthday, Vanessa.
And Emma Zajac.
Happy birthday, Emma.
Happy birthday, Emma. All right, after advisor today from 9:10 to 9:50, Mr. Brewer, what are we doing?
So Wesleyan, you're on periods 5, 6, 7, 8. Period 5 starts at 10 o'clock, goes till 11:15. You got that 10 minutes, take care of snacks or whatever. Period 6 will start right at 11:25 and go to 12:40. Then everyone's favorite period of the day,
Lunch.
12:40 to 1:10.
You know,
Period
we had
7.
calzones today and they were like little hot pockets.
Oh, they were, yeah. They were not boiled, thankfully.
Giant pizza rolls.
Sounds to me like those are like Pop-Tarts.
They
So period 7 starts
These
at
meaty Pop-Tarts.
goes till 2:30. A meat Pop-Tart sounds delicious.
no.
And then period 8 starts at 2:40 and goes till 4 o'clock. And that, Wesleyan, is your day this Friday.
All right, so let's talk more about the life of Dr. King. I remember yesterday we started with the civil rights of the 50s and how that had, that one small act of Rosa Parks refusing to move in the bus got all the way to the Supreme Court and was declared unconstitutional. And now we're going to talk a bit about the Civil Rights Act starting in the 60s with, and I'll start it off. So King and his father are become co-pastors at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. They began lunch counter sit-ins in Greensboro, North Carolina, in which they couldn't, for those of you who don't know, they could not. So a lot of restaurants had like lunch counters and you were not allowed, if you were Black, to sit at those lunch counters. You were able to take food in the back, or some people wouldn't even serve you whatsoever. And then, so in Atlanta, King was also arrested during a sit-in. He was waiting to be served at a restaurant and he's sentenced to 4 months in jail. Then John Kennedy and Robert Kennedy helped get him out of jail. And then John Kennedy would go on to become president. This was actually during when he was running for president, like run every 4 years. And then the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee is founded, and they organized protests at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Ms. Barber.
Civil rights, 1961. In November, the Interstate Commerce Commission bans segregation on buses. This is because of the work of Dr. King and the Freedom Riders. That is definitely something that I would encourage you all to research, is the Freedom Rides and the Freedom Riders. It's so powerful. During the spring of 1961, students from the Congress of Racial Equity started the Freedom Rides. They did this to end segregation on buses and in stations like Greyhound.
Go ahead and finish up, because here's about the Freedom Riders.
Okay, Dr. King and others faced violence along the way from Washington, D.C. to Jackson, Mississippi. That was the route of the Freedom Ride. On May 14th, 1961, a bus was bombed by the Ku Klux Klan. They were stopped in Anniston, Alabama. Dr. King and all the others of the campaign saw acts of violence from whites in the South. This proved to them that nonviolent confrontations could attract national attention and force federal action.
All right, Mr. Brewer.
So in 1963, on Good Friday, which was April 12th, Dr. King is arrested with Ralph Abernathy for demonstrating without a permit. On April 13th, the Birmingham campaign begins. This would prove to be the turning point to the end of segregation in the South. During the 11 days he spent in jail, MLK writes his famous Letters from a Birmingham Jail. On May 10th, the Birmingham Agreement is announced. The stores, restaurants, and schools will be desegregated. On June 23rd, MLK leads 125,000 people on a freedom walk in Detroit. The March on Washington, held on August 28th, is the largest civil rights demonstration in history. There were almost 250,000 people in attendance.
So at the March of Washington, 1963, the March on Washington, he makes his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, which we will hear on Tuesday. On January 3rd, King appears on the cover of Time magazine as their Man of the Year. He attends the signing and ceremony of the Civil Rights Act in 1964 at the White House on July 2nd. And so those of you who don't know, in between there, so August of 63, Dr. King gave his speech. And then in November of 1963, the President Kennedy, who was pushing for this, he was assassinated in Dallas. And so part of that helped convince a lot of Democrats in the Congress at that time to pass this Voting Rights Act. And it was different than what it is now. Democrats, Republicans, where there are different parties and different factions of that that are different than they are now. And that's a whole, if you want to speak about that and learn more about that. But during the summer, King experienced his first hurtful rejection by Black people when he was stoned by Black Muslims in Harlem. He is awarded the Nobel Peace Prize on December the 10th. He is the youngest person at age 35 to receive that award. All right, hold up, go back. No, hold up. So this is where we're at right now. And I actually skipped a slide I shouldn't have, so I apologize for that. So this is where we're at, 1964. Next week, we will finish up and talk about the end of life and then the legacy of Dr. King beyond that. So I apologize for how that all came about right there at that point. So we're pausing this right now. So I apologize for going to Diagnostic Excel. I wanted to give your teachers time to talk from yesterday since we took so much time, and we apologize again, or to replay it. So I told them they could cut a little bit of our discussion and put that in there. So remember, students, the littlest acts, no matter how small, can have big impacts. So at this time, we're going to turn it back over to your teachers and have everybody have a great Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget, we're not here on Monday, but do remember to, and look up some of these things, look up more about some of these things. This is a very turbulent time in history. Like we are living in a turbulent time in history. And I think it reminds a lot of people of what happened back in these times. Because the 60s had like a whole, like you could have a whole 3 textbooks off just what happened in the 60s. And I think you're going to have a whole couple of textbooks what happened in the last couple of years here too. Yeah. So to know that we're still fighting for some of the same things that we're still fighting for back then. And that again too was only 60 years ago. And so that is not that long a time. The 60 years in the history of the world is not that long. Yeah. And 60 years in the history of just a 240 year country is still not that long either. It's only about a quarter. So you're still seeing those same concepts being fought for now. And so it's important to have conversations about what went through then. And maybe we get some people in here that lived through the time to talk. They're still they're still alive. And there's still a lot of great people that lived through that area and that would be able to talk to us about that. So if anybody knows of anybody, we'll be glad to have them on here. We'll interview them and talk to you about that. That'd be kind of cool, actually. I just kind of thought about that, but it'd be very cool. So ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday. We'll see you. And some of you will see you in person. Can't wait. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.